What's up, and welcome to another episode, Master Moats Film Session. And today, we're going to be talking about the young left tackle out of Northwestern, Pete Skoronski. And ultimately, man, some of the things that make him such an intriguing prospect, and somebody that if the Steelers were really trying to be aggressive and going to get at left tackle, this might be that guy. But like we always do, man, I'm gonna play it in full speed, then after that I'm gonna slow it down and break it down. But y'all make sure I hit that like button and subscribe one time for the culture. There he is right there, number 77. Holla at me, Pete. Leroy. Alright. Love when we get to talk a little O-line. Talk about them big hogs up front. Love that. Because this one I get to go down memory lane, you know what I'm saying? That's us offensive linemen. Once an old lineman, always offensive lineman, right? That's the motto, you know what I'm saying? Even though it was my high school days, I still count that, all right? So, when we talk about Pete, man, the thing that I like about him on this play is this, man. First off, he has the odd front, or a 3-4 look, right? And what I mean by that is just the down D lineman, right? You got the nose tackle, all right? You got the 5 technique, another 5 technique over here. So those are your 3 down linemen, 1, 2, 3, and then your 4 off-ball linebackers, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so that's what I mean by odd front or 3-4 look. So with that being the case, Pete does have somebody that's going to threaten his B gap initially, right? The thing I like is this though: he commits right early, or not fully commits, but he understands that, hey, I'm working half a man right here with 68. They're working together. So you got to stab this gap. You see a good step right here, good solid stab with the interior hand. And you see how it moves my man over here too. Now, granted, he is traveling inside because of the blitz that they have on. But Pete definitely does get a good punch on him. But the thing I like is this also. Pete doesn't two-hand punch. He one-hand punches with that stab. And he keeps his eyes where? Up, because he knows that he does have work coming if that guy's slanting across like that. And then from there, man, just being able to, number one, absorb the blitzer's bull rush, and then from there get 2 hands on him, keep his feet moving, and ultimately open up a clear running lane or a throwing lane if the quarterback decided to not take off with this ball right here. But to me, man, these are some of the things that Pete does on a highly consistent basis, and this is why he's one of the top offensive line, or to me, the top left tackle prospect in this class right now. Powerful, but fundamentally sound. You see the base. Look at his feet work, man. I'm going to rewind this back. I want you to watch his feet, man. He never gets crossed over, which is critical. When you talk about being able to redirect and still have power, he keeps the base between his feet. Look at his feet. Has the base there the whole time. Whether he was stabbing the B gap to protect that versus that initial defender, and then when he also redirected to pick up the blitzer off the line of scrimmage, man. Either way, highly fundamentally sound, man, and just a really good play right here by Pete. Definitely like this. I'm gonna play one more time at full speed, man, just so we can see it one more, and then after that we'll go to this next play. But man, shout out to Pete Skoronski right here, baby. Let's go. All right, now this play right here I included because it's not from this season, but it's from a year ago, and the player that he's going against is Hutchinson, who we know was a top pick coming out of Michigan, along with having a very impressive rookie season. But I just wanted you to get a true sense of how talented this guy is versus a high-end, very proven edge rusher. So, without a doubt, like we always do, that's him right there at the left tackle spot. Played in full speed. After that, we're going to break it down. Gee, I couldn't miss this opportunity right here, man, to show a little shine. All right. So, when we first talk about Pete on this particular play, we know right now, man, it's one-on-one, but in terms of the pass rushers width, not a lot in terms of him being super wide over here where Pete is going to feel like he has to potentially chase, or he can feel influenced to chase. That's not the vibe that you're getting right now with 97 with the defender's width right here, okay? So that's the first part that I do like in terms of just the mental thought process pre-snap, okay? So then from there, man, with that being the case in terms of Aiden not having the width, you see his first step for Pete is not vertical, it's out, okay? Because you can take multiple sets. You can jump set, you can take this single set right here where it's more of a cutoff, and then you also have your true vertical set in a sense. But I like how Pete shows the versatility of those different sets and decides that, hey, you know what, I'm not going to necessarily jump Aiden, but I am going to take more of a diagonal set to just cut it off and force the action right now. And from there, the thing I love is this, man. He reads this telegraphed spin move like nobody's business right here, man. This turns into, you know, something that you typically get on Saturday nights at the adult entertainment establishments, man. Costs a little bit of money right there. Aiden decided to give him one of those at the end, man. But yeah, when you talk about how Pete was able to just move his feet and not allow, you know, a guy that isn't threatening him vertically to get him to cross over, to get him to square his shoulders and be facing more this way versus being this way, okay? He does a good job of just maintaining his fundamentals and trusting his eyes and technique. There was nothing about Aiden's rush that made him feel threatened, that made him feel like he needed to jump outside here, and that's why Aiden ends up spinning right into his lap and, you know, proceeding to just stay there for a little bit of time. And then from there, man, excellent job just by Pete, just mirroring him, okay? He wants to go left with his booty over there, all right, go that way with him. He wants to go the other way, go that way with him as well. But whatever you do, don't let him get up out of that thing. But as a whole, man, just excellent rep right here by Pete, just showing off, like I said, man, the different style of set, the fundamentals, to know what he can threaten you with and what is not a threat, and then trusting your eyes and finishing the play like you're supposed to right here, man. Really good work. We'll play it one more time full speed just to get another feel for it. But I like this rep a lot right here. And like I said, that's versus a high quality edge rusher as well. All right, now this final play for Pete just shows him being a bully. And you want that with your offensive lineman, man. You want to see a little bit of a nasty side, just a certain level of physicality that they can play with. So here he is right here at the left tackle spot. Play it in full speed. And after that, we're going to talk about it. Get out the club. No white tees. You know what time we on. Alrighty, let's talk about Mr. Bouncer right here. Mr. No White Tees in the club. Love an offensive lineman that can get nasty and physical. So first things first, man. You got your 4 down look. So he does have somebody in terms of Pete. He does have somebody that's going to be directly outside of him, right? Not a odd front or a 3-4 look like we saw in the initial clip. This one right here is slightly different. But we're getting the vertical set. And why are we getting that vertical set? In terms of, remember we talked about the different ways, right? We got the vertical set, which is straight back. You got that angular set, which is more like that. And then we have the jump set, which is more in this direction where it's going to force that action a little bit faster, okay? So right here, we got the vertical set by Pete because he's got slide to him. You see this guard and the center are both sliding the protection towards Pete right here. So he knows that he's protected. So he can be a little bit more aggressive in terms of getting out here for that speed rush because he knows he has a guard on the interior part of him protecting him. But good job by Pete still remaining with good leverage and just having a good strong stab hand on the interior part right here. Because as you can see, even though the guard is sliding to him, the guard still has a little bit of work in front of him occupying him. But then from there, once Pete realizes that, hey, there isn't anything that's coming around here just yet that can threaten my quarterback, that's when Pete decides to go and put 2 hands on this man right here and get real medieval on him. Throw him out the club the way that we like. I mean, anytime you're on the football field and somebody has you rolling, it's not a good look, baby. It is not a good look, and that is 1 roll by 15. You don't want that on your tape, my brother. You don't want that on tape. But when you talk about Pete, that is what he brings to the table, man. But like I said, once again, good job identifying that he has the slide protection with him, redirecting, and then strong interior hand. Get that pass rush up out of there, man. Throw him out the club. No white tees. You know that. Come on, baby. Told that man that, man. Told that man no white tees. He didn't want to believe me. P had to remind him. But that is what you love to see, man, up front. I want physicality. I want guys that don't mind being nasty, but I also want guys that are fundamentally sound. And that is something that Pete does on a consistent basis. So it's no brainer why he is viewed as one of the top prospects in this year's draft, and why, if the Steelers are going to go and acquire him, they're going to have to move up in the draft. But you let me know your thoughts on Pete and if he is worth the Steelers moving up to go get. But either way, you know, I appreciate you for tuning in. And until next time, baby, peace.